Dr. Gab,
Dumela Katlego.
always a pleasure to have you.
Ke a leboga Katlego.
Today we talk the 5 steps of property investment.
Ke nnete ra. Yes.
Let's start from the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you
Yes.
really begin with A, B, C, Kata. Yes.
As the January ga khaola January ka tsheko. And then re ntse di New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Some of them keep property investing.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what's the first thing we need to know when it comes to property
So
investment?
re share maele le bomkhaya today. Firstly, let's start with education.
Okay.
We need to educate ourselves by listening to this show. That's very important.
Okay.
That's the key thing. And then the education goes, basically you need to arm yourself with the foundations of real estate. Where to start, where to go to.
Yeah.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. So, outside of this show,
Yes.
which I know is fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, I know it's an awesome. Did I mention how amazing this show is? But
Yes.
outside of that,
Yeah.
where else can one go to get knowledge and arm themselves and educate themselves around property?
Beautiful. Kiboni Property 24, they're advertising here, Mohaye, which will be nice. They should go to the website of Property 24. Other than the section here, property, they must go to seller, buyer, advice, buyer guide, what.
Yeah.
That information is to do.
So go online. It's one platform to go there.
Yes.
But I think also, if you just as a warning, when you do go online, be sure to scrutinize where you're getting your information from.
That's correct, yes.
Because
yes.
everybody's an expert on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the information from the internet, befriend an estate agent, check what you've read with what the estate agent is saying. With the current affairs, some of the information might be absolute
Yeah.
or, stale.
Yeah.
So make sure that whatever that you have is up to date.
Now, step 2, you say, is find the property that is below market value. Talk to us
Beautiful,
about that.
beautiful. Visit auction houses. Visit auctioneers.
Yeah.
Speak to your estate agents. Speak to your friends. Hurry, when not this year you're a property investor, this is what you want to do. If they hear of people who are in distress,
Yeah.
or this is who are in financial need, they want to get out.
They want to offload the property.
Yes, make them a favorable offer where it's a win-win solution.
Okay.
So you save them from blacklisting and from embarrassment, and you get yourself a property.
We spoke about sort of how one would know the market value, because to say it must be under market value, what if you don't know?
That's
We
correct.
spoke about it last year. I'm going to ask
Yes.
you to do me a favor.
Yes.
When we're done with this, please post that on the Katlego Facebook page.
Beautiful, I'll do
So
so.
that if somebody doesn't know how you would go about
Yes.
finding out what the market value for a property is,
Yes.
you just put a little blurb
Beautiful,
for us
beautiful.
there.
And while in that, just to summarize that quickly,
Yeah.
when you visit your houses, okay, you're not going to go start today. Today, you're feeding information. Tomorrow, you're going to visit houses.
Yeah.
And then maybe for a period of 6 months, and then you're going to get a feel how properties are going. And then while you're attending auction houses, yes.
Okay, so number 3 on the 5 things you need to know when it comes to property investment, or at least the 5 steps to property investment, is determine the cost of the fixing the property.
That's correct. We have Jake's Paints, our listeners will know what Jake's Paints normally
Yeah.
teach.
Fix it, fill, and
Yes, fix it, feel. Go to Google, visit Jake's Paints, get to know the prices, so that how wanna gata, you know what's the cost.
Yeah.
You don't assume a gata get 10,000 only to find 70 rand. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Even kitchen. kitchen is very cheap to install, but
Yeah.
if you don't know, you think it's very expensive.
All right.
Yes.
And then number 4, finance the property.
Yes.
So if ukehlile, you can do it cash.
Yeah, ha o le monate ke re bona ga wena January sa o tshwenya ntsha madi ra o patale cash. And then for 825, go to the bank, get yourself a home loan. And then if you're in between 825, self-employed, o sa sebetsa o tsebe pele ke kae morago ke kae, you know what, invest in your knowledge, use the time, invest in your knowledge, and then find people who have money.
I read somewhere that the first bit of money you should spend when it comes to investment is on a book.
You correct.
I think what they were
You
actually trying to say is that it should be on knowledge.
Oh yes.
That was
Oh
it.
yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. Like the same book in Alwena really Raibala. Ke man tatulo mratang Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Eh,
Yes,
what
in
it feels
220 balen tatulo. To was sharp.
Your life will change.
Definitely.
People are walking around thinking they've got assets because they've got houses. What they
Only
don't
to
know-
find they have liabilities, Mitchum.
But
Yes.
we won't talk about that in here. We'll open it some other time. Number 5 is only after registration, do minor renovations, not before registration.
It's very important, Katlego. Most people, they get so excited about the property before registration, they want to start with the renovations. The property is not yours until it is registered. Yes.
Okay, so what would the danger be if you start renovating before it's...
If you are a buyer, you're buying from the seller passes on.
Yeah.
That transaction will cease
Ooh,
and you lose everything.
Okay. I
Yes.
can see how that would be a problem. And then your top tip?
And then from there, it's up to you whether you want to rent it out, that property, or you want to sell it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Quick recap. It's Million Rand Listing, the top 5 ways to get into property investment. Number 1, invest your time in learning. That's where we start. Number 2, find a property below market value. Like I said, if you don't know how to determine the market value of a property, go onto the Facebook page and we'll post something up there for you. Number 3, determine the cost of fixing the property. Okay? Because it might be more expensive than you expect, and then you find yourself very unhappy. And then number 4, finance the property. 3 ways. You can do it cash. You can use the bank loan, or you can, a bank loan or a bond, or you can find a financial partner, somebody who will be able to actually put the funds forward for you. And number 5, remember this, very, very, very important. Do not do any renovations before the property sits in your name, because anything can happen and things can change. And that was Million Rand Listing. That again, always a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic.